Today, we celebrate the grand opening of this building, and we are so thankful to so many of you who have been with us every step of the way. So, this day is finally here, and my name is Solis, and I'm the chair of the School of Architecture and Interior Design, and I just want to welcome you all. We do have some special guests that are with us, and they're all sitting on those red ribbon chairs, so I hope that you guys feel welcome. We also have here the Carscallen family, and so here Carscallen, Dorothy Carscallen, and Christine Carscallen. And so welcome, and also our President, Dr. Luxman, our Provost, Dr. Arthur, and our Dean, Rudy Sakir. Thank you for being here. I would like to start with a word of prayer, and so we can bow our heads. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this special day. You know that Carrie has been a big influence in this school, and today we have this building that we would like to dedicate, and especially to him and all the efforts that he has done throughout the years, but especially to glorify your name. Thank you for your blessings and love, and we pray. Amen.
We would like to thank all of our friends and alumni who have given generously to make the Carscallen Mission Workshop a reality. A special recognition to the Siemens Foundation. The Siemens Foundation was the major donor to this project. Their donation was matched by Andrews University. A special recognition to Mrs. Lois Carscallen, Carrie's mother. Special recognition to Mr. Ron Gay, and a special recognition to generals stamping in Meta and a special recognition to a donor who was chosen to remain anonymous. Let's give a round of applause to all those members.
We're going to be playing a small clip and a few messages from some people that were able to be here. They still wanted to send a message. And we'll have a really short video as well of our last project where Carrie was involved in one of the tiny containers as a way to sort of also honor him and all the work that he's done for our school.
Hello from the U of I Arboretum, where Carrie got his architectural degree, and see where we got to meet Carrie and Dorothy when he came home from mission service. It's been such a privilege personally to know the Carscallen family and the Stevens Foundation to participate in the wonderful mission work that the School of Architecture has been involved in, whether it's helping those who are suffering in Haiti or tearing down walls by respect and love and honor in Jordan. Learning so much about why Jesus' love and his relationship is so precious to the Waldensians who were willing to die. And we're so grateful for the mission service that Andrews is doing. God bless each of you, and look forward to hearing wonderful things coming out of the School of Architecture.
In Africa, children are dying every day because of lack of access to medical care. People go untreated for many days because they're so far from medical services, And here at the School of Architecture and Interior Design, we're building container communities. We decided that we would like to step in and make a difference. I got involved with this project as Dean of the School of Architecture and Interior Design. It was my desire to have a hands-on component for our students to be able to put into practice what they're drawing on paper. And so I wrote some grants and was able to get money to build a series of container companies that would go to underserved area. The first one went to the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is high in the mountains in Kivu, where there is no medical facilities within 40 miles. And so it serves a very big need. And this will go to a neighboring village in the same region. As we got funding for this and were able to get the students involved, we found that the students just loved building this because they knew that what they're doing, what they're designing and building, not only serves them in their education, but it serves others in the final result of the project.
So the design process for projects in this studio are very unique. We call this informally our design build studio. And so students aren't only designing something on paper, but they actually have to build it. And not just build it, but also build it within a fixed budget. So what it does is it forces students to think through a lot of details that might be really easy to just skim over in a typical design project. One example of a part of the project that in a typical studio project might be very easy to just gloss over is the PV system. You might just show a few PV panels and show this is where the equipment goes, but not really have to design anything. And here, not only do you have to size it properly, but you have to get all the components here on time, and then you have to assemble them all. And it ends up being a lot more complex system than you might think it would be initially. So this project and this studio overall really is a good bridge between students in the undergraduate program where the projects really do just stay on paper. And in the graduate studio, now you actually have to be accountable to things beyond that.
During the construction of this project, the students gained a good experience by learning the necessity of measuring carefully. Sometimes they will find that, for example, when you cut out a hole in the wall for the window frame, if they don't cut it accurately, it leaves a tremendous job for the welder to weld the frame back in. And that when they weld it in, it has to be exactly aligned so that the insulation inside will fit. And they also have to be careful when they're gluing the insulation panels in, that the glue is put in the right places so that it doesn't interfere with the wires that have to go in the voids inside the insulation. And so accuracy and thinking ahead are wonderful skills that the students learn when they're working on this project. This clinic is outfitted with state-of-the-art equipment that will make a huge difference in the diagnosis and treatment of this community. The interesting things about this clinic is that it is self-sustaining. That means that it has a solar system, solar electric system with photovoltaic panels that generate electricity for the operation, for the heating and cooling, and for all of the lights and the instruments that need to be used. And then it has a water system that is self-contained as well. That will allow them to work anytime they need to. And it also has a propane water heater so that they can have hot water for the needs of the clinic. Another feature of the clinic is the air conditioning, and also we have a heater. We want the doctors, nurses, and patients to be comfortable, either when it's too hot or because this is going to be high in the mountains, we need a heater, or at times for them to be comfortable in the cold. These features allow the container clinic to be placed anywhere without utility hookups. In the future, I hope that the program will continue building these kinds of projects and even increase the numbers. We now have a beautiful facility that you can see here. To do this in is big enough to do 2 or 3 at the same time. So it is really my hope that we can expand, that the program can continue to be blessed by those who partner with us to build these projects and send them out so that a greater number of people can be served by the Andrews University School of Architecture. This project would not have been possible without the generous support of the Stevens Foundation and Advent Health and others. And we would like to thank each one for the support, and we would like you to get involved. Join our family here at the School of Architecture and Interior Design and make a difference to life.
My name is Brian Hay, and I had the pleasure of being a student during Professor Carscallen's early years as director. I always appreciated, and I still do, his humble leadership, his dedication to the students, and his commitment to extending the impact of our school in the mission fields near and far. I always love, I think we all know this, that wry smile he has. It hints at an entire realm of wisdom unspoken. I can see it even now, across time and space as I record this. Professor Carscallen, thank you so much for your dedication to the school. I look forward to seeing the Carscallen Mission Workshop continue to impact the lives of all whom it engages. Thank you and congratulations.
Good to see that project finished. We're hoping to ship it sometime next month. I would like now to have a few words of reflection about Carscallen. Today, we are celebrating a very special day, a day that is going to impact the future of our school, providing us with a tool to continue delivering quality education and service. Many of us know Perry as a professor, as a leader, and a servant as he guided the school for over 17 years. I vividly remember the times when as a faculty we would discuss the direction of the school, and Carrie would always emphasize the importance of training students to work with their hands and to encourage them to get involved in mission. Carrie exemplifies why we have an architecture school at Andrews University. He believes we can prepare students to be excellent professionals and at their workplace, but more importantly, to use their talent to serve others. He represented our school with dignity and humbleness throughout the years. As you know, Carrie comes from a family of missionaries. His great uncle, Arthur Carscallen, was the first Seventh-day Adventist missionary to Kenya. Carrie followed his uncle's step, and his wife spent 10 years as a missionary in the Congo and Rwanda. I believe God brought him to our school at the right time, moment to help rekindle the original model of education, of men's corpus spiritus. The Dean of the University of Detroit Mercy once described Carrie's work and contribution to service. I'm quoting, a distinguishing characteristic of the division of architecture that has the attention and recognition of other architecture schools in the country. It is outreach program in Lajas, Bolivia, your outstanding leadership in the design and construction of buildings for the Center for Recuperation of Children at Risk of Drug Addiction, CELENID, is a hallmark of a fulfillment of mission and impact on the education of future architects as world citizens. I had the privilege to work in the design of the Carscallen Mission Workshop with my colleagues Edward Bamar and Martin Smith. And Carrie it was evidence that God was using Carrie to make this project a reality. When I first mentioned to Carrie that the faculty and the university administration supported naming the building after him, the first thing he mentioned was that he didn't deserve it. That is great. His great uncle did more mission than him. However, Carrie, we want to let you know that you behave in behalf of the faculty, alums, and the current students, that you deserve this recognition for all the work, sacrifice, and commitment you and your family have made to our school and university. Notice too that it's not called the Carrie Carscallen Mission Workshop, so the name honors your uncle as well. Your families and your legacy in this building will be a reminder of our mission to serve and use our talent for God with no reservation. And I look forward to the day when God will show us the many lives that were touched by your unselfish service. May God bless you and your family, and for us, you will always be part of our family in the School of Architecture and Interior Design. Thank you.
Afternoon. It's wonderful to be here on such a special occasion and see this exciting and exceptional school of architecture. When I think back to my time at Andrews, I recall how the faculty under Carrie Carscallen's leadership would always go above and beyond to support the students. That was a big deal for me. To grow and nurture the future of the young architects coming out of this Department of Design, which was a mission that the school really focused on, and all professors that helped us get there. I had previously come from a big state school, and so coming here for my graduate degree really felt like coming home. And I really appreciate that as I got older. I remember meeting Carrie a few weeks after starting my 3.5-year track here at Andrews. As I went through the program, I noticed how calm and patient Carrie was, and how he was always attentive to the needs of the faculty at all times. People throw around the word leadership quite a bit. A lot, and usually correlated with great deeds and monumental wins, however you want to say it. But as I think back on the leaders that had the biggest impact on me, it wasn't because of the awards they earned or the individual wins they got, actually, but rather the people they nurtured and the care given to see something wonderful grow up. Now in my career, leadership is more on my mind than ever before. I've studied the best ways to lead, and I've been working on trying to figure out what the best way to lead a team is in my endeavors day to day. And servant leadership has come up quite a bit lately for me. And rather than a leader who bolsters through and pushes and makes things happen, a servant leadership takes a different approach. Servant leadership nurtures, helps your team grow, and empowers others. And Carrie Carscallen, for me, is a servant leader. And I learned a lot from him by watching him do that here at school. I'm a big believer that some lessons are caught and not taught. And Carrie's ability to be a strong servant leader while I was here was definitely something I caught, and I still try to do that to this day. I believe Carrie's strong commitment to service and focusing on the school has brought a lot of people together to make this amazing place possible. Without Carrie, it wouldn't have been possible. Professor Carscallen is dedicated to true craftsmanship, and so it's very apt this building will be called the Carscallen Mission Workshop. In a workshop like this, there is no limit to what creative and dedicated people can do. This building is really special to me as well. I have a passion for craft, and I believe places like this will inspire all our future architects and designers coming out of the school. I want to thank Carrie for all his hard work, and specifically helping build this, because this is the future of the next generation of students coming out of Andrews to help appreciate craft and make a difference in the built environment. Thank you.
The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. I have not had the opportunity to get to know Professor Emeritus Carscallen very well. He retired before I got the chance to take any of his classes, like furniture making, which I was really looking forward to. I am happy, however, to get the opportunity to learn from him as he helps in the studio this year. Regardless, the things that I've learned about him over the years have left an impression on me. The first time I heard his story was at a festival he spoke at. He told us about the journey that led him to Andrews. His hard work and dedication, alongside other key figures, led to the School of Architecture and Interior Design being what it is today. All of his efforts have had and will continue to have a huge impact on so many students, communities, and people around the world. And as some of our alumni put it, Professor Carscallen is a carpenter's thesaurus, a marvel and a great craftsman with the ability to solve any problem. There aren't enough words that can express our gratitude to you and Dorothy as for all that you've done for us. And thank you so much for the legacy you brought us with, which has manifested in this new workshop. On behalf of the student body, we are honored to be able to present Carrie and Dorothy Carscallen with a gift of gratitude and welcome the new Carscallen Mission Workshop into our home.
Good afternoon, everybody. So good to see you all here, and what a wonderful way to start our homecoming weekend, to open formally this building, and also to thank and recognize Carrie Carscallen. We've heard so much about you already, Carrie, and all of it is true. I have the privilege of working with former Dean for a number of years as provost and then for a while also as president. And you have always been a caring, thoughtful, humble leader and voice. And I owe you some personal thanks. The first time I discovered that my nephew had a girlfriend was when you sent me a picture of the two of them with their hands touching, lying out on the lawn. They are now married, I should point out. But you had a way of just seeing those moments and taking those photos. But your capacity to see those moments went beyond that. You saw those moments where there were needs and possibilities, and saw a vision and a dream and moved into those. I remember the first time that you envisioned the idea of a tiny house and having one of the studios focusing on building those. And we talked about the logistics of where would we build them, and could we get the plant services to give you the space to actually build them, and how would we get the money to start that process off. But you had a dream and you had determination, and it happened. Those of you who work here know that a committee takes forever to make a decision. And I want you to know that one of the shortest committees I've had since I came here was when we got the recommendation coming from the school to name this building after you, and I took it to the naming committee, and they kind of looked at me and said, why are we meeting? It was like, I think about 30 seconds flat, voted, because it was such a natural decision to make. Because this building recognizes some of the things that were very important to you. Just the workmanship, the naturalness of it, the way it is conceived. The fact that it is here in order to have a hands-on experience for the students, which is something that was important to you. And more importantly than that, hands-on experience in building things that will make a difference in the lives of other people, because that has been what you are here about. And so I'm really delighted that the school asked us if they could name the building this way, and we all said absolutely yes. We're going to take a moment now to dedicate this building, and can I ask you just to stand with me for a moment while we pray together? Our Lord and our God, we thank you that as we are meeting here now, you are also with us. You know that this building is here to make a difference in the lives of many people, to make a difference in the lives of the students who will learn here. And as they learn, they will also learn to create possibilities for other people. So this is also a place that will build and build in order to make lives better, maybe locally and maybe internationally. So because of this, we ask your blessing on this building and all that happens here. We also ask your blessing on the students who will study here, the faculty who will teach here, and also particularly on Kerry Carscallen and his family. I thank you for his dreams and his visions and his willingness and desire and energy to make all of those visions a reality. Please continue to bless him as he continues to work for you and for other people. Thank you, Lord. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Please sit down. Come on. So the formal plaque that is going to be here is not yet here, but we do have a mock-up of it. And the advantage of a mock-up is we can see what it's going to look like. The other advantage of a mock-up is that you're going to be able to take it home with you. So here it is, Carscallen Mission Workshop. To present this to you with our deep thanks for all that you've done for the university and for the many students who have worked on the faculty. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. I still don't feel that I really earned all of this attention. I don't feel comfortable up front talking and receiving accolades like this, but I appreciate it so much. It really means a lot to me what you have done as administration and colleagues over the years to support this project, to support our school, and the work that we've been able to do. Your financial support to make this a reality, and your support with our academics to make it so that we can have these hands-on projects in the school so that the students can truly learn and use their hands as well as their hearts and their minds to serve others. Thank you very much, and I'm deeply honored for what you've done here.
Now it's time for ribbon cutting. And so, because of the weather, we decided to do it here inside. Basically, I can't predict the weather. So, give us a second. So, we want to invite the people who are part of the ribbon cutting ceremony to come up, and we'll be able to give you the season.
So right there, Dr. Fainer, put it right between him and the lady next to him.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, every good moment has an end, and so we are grateful for the time and that you took to come and honor Terry and his family with this opening of the building. Feel free to stay and talk to Carrie. We do have some refreshments, so feel free to stay around. Thank you for coming. Thank you.